In his long and distinguished career, Larry Wywitty has written in just about every genre, but until now he's never written a children's book. And his first children's book from Crossway is The Invention of Lefse. Larry, tell us about it.
I started this book many years ago, and I had the idea immediately. I had a grandmother who was very Norwegian, and she used to make lefse on her big cook stove in Minnesota in the winter for Christmas when we went there to celebrate Christmas. And I asked my relatives, well, where did lefse come from? Who thought of this first? And nobody had any idea, and I've asked other Scandinavians. So I decided it rose out of poverty when there were no available materials but, say, flour and potatoes, and they stirred that together and made lefse.
For non-Scandinavians, tell us what lefse is.
Some call it a Scandinavian tortilla. That's a flat, large, pancake-shaped thing. And one of the grandfather holds one up and shakes it like a doily. And that's kind of the texture they have too. They're very giving. And you roll them up and usually put cinnamon and sugar in there and roll them up and eat them, usually. And we encountered lefse as we moved around the U.S., Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota, and many areas in between. And then my wife, who comes from Portland, Oregon, her grandparents were both from Norway. So there's always been a Scandinavian side to our life. And my oldest granddaughter was coming of age, and just about that time, of age meaning 13, and just about that time, the State Department sent me to Norway and Sweden, and so I had a chance to experience the Scandinavias firsthand. And because place is so important to me, I knew where I'd set it. I knew exactly how it would take place, and it all fell in place. I came back home and I drafted it, and then after 2 years of revision, I think I sent it to Crossway with a book of essays. It turns out it's my favorite book that I've written, and perhaps it's because it appeals to the child in me. I am not sure, but...
Thanks, Larry. The Invention of Lefse, children's book by Larry Wywitty, coming from Crossway.
John, thanks for the talk. I appreciated it.
Thank you, Larry.